Hey, Jesus people. I want to talk about the very fun topic of rest. I'm pretty sure I just recently did a video on this not too long ago. Y'all could see what the Lord is trying to teach me. Let's talk about a very, very popular verse that sure most of you, if you've been a believer for any amount of time, even if you just visit a church, you've probably heard it. And it comes from the book of Matthew 11, verses 28 to 30. And it says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Usually we just stop there, but there's more, right? It says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your soul, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So here's the thing that really grabbed my attention today, the learn from me, right? Jesus was great at taking a break. So many times when the crowds were overwhelming and they were surrounding him, he would go off on his own and be alone with the Father. He knew how to rest in the Father. So when he's sharing this verse, when he's saying to come to him, all who labor and are heavy laden, that we could take upon his yoke and learn from him. What he's telling us is that he's telling us that we can learn from him how to trust in the faithfulness of the Father. Because ultimately, our inability to rest comes from our desire to want to control everything. That's the truth of it. You know, we get ourselves all frantic and all stressed out and all full of anxiety simply because we're not abiding in Christ. We're not trusting him. We're not believing that he's going to be faithful to do what he said he's going to do. Instead, we're trying to run the rat race. We're trying to make sure that we get it done. And God is calling us to learn how to rest. He tells us we can. If we come to him, he will teach us how to rest. This coming from me reading through the book of Genesis and Exodus recently, and just the Lord continuously calling the day of rest holy. Like literally it's holy unto the Lord to rest. And that's an area that I have a lot of trouble in. I don't know how to sit still. Even right now, I'm sitting here making a video and I still want to get up and run around the room. My point is that through Jesus, through abiding in him, through coming to him, we are able to learn how to have that faithfulness in the Father. Because if we know Jesus, we know the Father. He tells us that, right? There's also a verse that I love in Exodus 14:14 that says that the Lord will fight for you. You need only be still. And I think that's what we all need more of in this world. We need stillness. We need that faithfulness in the Lord, that trust in God, that he's going to ultimately provide and move and do all the things that we're anticipating him to do. And what the Lord has been showing me is that my inability to rest is really a lack of faith in him. I don't know if you've ever heard this verse, but it says that without faith, it's impossible to please God. So needless to say, this is an area that I'm leaning into this year and finding those moments and those times like Jesus did to go and just be alone with my Father. And even if that means that the rest of the world is like, hey, what's going on? I shared this a while back, but I was reading this book. I think it was by A.W. but it might have been by somebody else. So don't quote me on that. But I think it was A.W. Anyway, in the beginning of the book, I'll never forget, it was talking about this story of how he was supposed to speak at a conference. But the Lord put it on his heart to just go get alone with him. And so that's what he did. He never showed up at the conference that he was supposed to speak at because he was alone with his Father. He knew how to rest in God. So anyway, that's just some 2 cents from me today on resting in the Lord. I hope that you find ways to rest in him this week, today, and throughout the year. And remember that he calls rest holy, because that's something that's been helping me to lean more into taking a break when I need to. Ultimately, we're called to obey him and to glorify him in everything we do. And we can be still and still be glorifying him. God bless you and talk to you soon.